This is Fast Money, Women in My Life. So, I got arrested. The mother of my children came, bailed me out with all the money that we had left. So I'm sitting on the couch and I'm caught in a daze, you know what I'm saying? Because I just can't believe that these events keep on, they keep on happening to me. And a lot of it, I understand that I brought it on myself. You know, I had no business driving without a license. But then it's just like a thing where I'm just saying to myself, is it that I have bad luck? Is this karma? What is it? Because I just can't shake things happening to me right in the midst of me trying to get my life together. Now, taking heat, I mean, we just got there. We had been in Charlotte for about 2-3 months or so, and this happens. So I'm saying to myself, man, how can I make it happen? You know what I mean? Now all our cars are gone. You know, we still have the Maxima, but the plates are going off of that, right? So I'm sitting on the couch and I'm saying to myself, yo, there's no way in the world I could drive anymore. No way, I can't do this anymore. I have 2 children, I'm getting older. This can't happen again. So I started catching the bus. And I got to where I had to go by catching the bus. I left that Nissan Maxima right there with no plates, and we were making car payments on that, and eventually, you know what happened with that? That got taken too. Repossessed. So I'm going to the spot, trying to make money. I'm catching a bus back and forth to the spot. You know, as far as the bookstore, that was a little further, you know, further out. So I did what I had to do in order to, you know, get to the bookstore, whether it was, you know, the mother of my children and I renting cars or whatever it was. But it got to the point where I'm sitting back and I'm saying to myself, you know what? This broad, the owner of the bookstore, she don't care. She doesn't understand what I'm going through. All she wants for me to do, or actually all she wants for me to be, is a slave to the bookstore. So I'm sitting here, I'm saying to myself, you know, man, this has to stop. This has to stop. I can't continue living my life this way. You know, so my court date was like a month ahead, right? You know, I had to get a lawyer. Now, taking heed, the lawyer finessed things. You know what I'm saying? It cost me like $1 and some change. The lawyer finessed the court case. Like, I didn't even have to go to court. He went on the behalf of me. So I didn't even have to go. I got a letter in the mail, and it stated that I had to pay a citation, and that was it. And I wind up getting that $900 back because, of course, you know, I dealt with a bail bondsman, and, you know, I went to court. So I got that money back, but it was a little too late. You know how, like, when you need money right then, but then you get it later, it's like you got it, but you needed it right then and there. So yeah, it helped, but then again it didn't, because we were so far in debt when we got it, to the point where it was like, yo, I'm glad we got this. Now we won't have to face an eviction. So I'm going to the bookstore, try to make it to the bookstore, you know. I'm going to the spot, you know, and dealing with T. He's selling movies, I'm selling oils, incense, in my books. And then one particular day, we rented a car, and we had to take care of some bills or something, and we had to, like, drive further out where, you know, the bus line, it wasn't a bus line out where we had to go. So sometimes T would pick me up, you know, and drop me off from the spot in his van. So this particular day, he asked me did I needed a ride, and I was like, nah, you know, because we rented a car, and, you know, I got to take care of I got to run some errands. I'll be at the spot a little later. He was like, fine. So He made it out there about 10, 11 o'clock a.m. in the morning, right? I'm, running the errands and everything. I get out there at 1. I pull it. I didn't pull in the parking lot, of course. The mother of my children pull in the parking lot. And I'm seeing papers flying everywhere. And I'm seeing like people gathered around in a circle. And they're bending down. And it's like the way the energy is, it's just awkward. It's like silence. It's I don't know. It's hard to explain it. It was just like everything was in slow motion. And I knew something had happened because I didn't see T. Normally T parks his van in the same parking space so that everybody knows that he's there. And they're basically lined up to buy DVDs, rather bootleg movies. So I didn't see him. So as I'm walking closer up to the scene where there's papers flying and there's people surrounded around someone that's laying on the ground in a circle, I'm calling T and I'm like, yo, I'm up here. He's like, yo, I had to go. I'm like, what do you mean you had to go? This is a Saturday afternoon. I know you didn't sell all your DVDs. He's like, nah, I shot him. I'm like, what are you talking about? You shot him? He's like, yo, I shot him. I shot old dude. He came up to me. He started running his mouth, and I shot him. So I have now taking heat. There was flip phones were out then. I have my flip phone, and I'm sitting here like, you gotta be kidding me. And I just closed my flip phone and I walked up closer, and lo and behold, the dude that he had beef with was laying on the ground. Blood was leaking out of his neck, his cheek right here, and his arm, and it was bullet holes in the dollar. It was a Dollar General or a Family Dollar. The windows, it was bullet holes in the windows, and I'm sitting here saying to myself, wow, man, T must have really flipped. He must have really flipped because there was bullet holes everywhere. So I get back in the car and I'm like messed up. I'm messed up. So I text Pretty Ricky to let him know, yo, man, I'm caught up in the middle of something, because this dude shot this other dude, and I made a mistake and sent the text to T. T texts me back talking about I know you're not snitching. I'm like, nah, man, I was trying to text my brother and let him know that I'm caught in the middle of this stuff. And he was like, all right. So I went back home. I messed up in the head, because not only did T shoot that dude, he basically messed the spot up, because now cops are gonna be coming back and forth checking on the area. So he basically made the block hot. So I let it cool down a couple of days before I went out there. I did go back out there, and I started selling my incense and my oils and my books, and it was just a regular day. And then, lo and behold, the dude that got shot, he was out there in the parking lot, and I'm like, this dude is crazy. I mean, he's still got bandages all over his face and his arm and his neck, and he's kind of like bleeding, like not like bleeding out like crazy, but you can see the red spots on the bandages. So he walks past me. Then another dude that helped him sell DVDs and all the stuff that he was selling, he walks past me. So I'm like, I see how this is going. So I stopped him. I was like, yo, listen, man, I didn't have nothing to do with that. This dude tells me that everybody's guilty. So I knew at the end of the day, it's time for me to bounce, because 9 times out of 10, they were gonna take their anger, their revenge, and frustration out on me. So here it is now. My money is cut, severed. I'm trying to go to Concord Mills, Walmart parking lots, and Target parking lots by riding the bus. I'm trying to get there. My transportation was a bus, a public bus. So I get a call one day. I'm in Concord Mills selling my book. I get a call one day, and I'm frustrated, man. I'm not making any money. You know what I'm saying? The spot is hot. Just everything. We have bills are stacking up. And I get a call from the Nubian sister that owns the bookstore, and she states that they were robbed.